Early in my elementary years, I had trouble making friends right off the bat, and nobody wanted to interact or be friends with the weird kid, and I couldn't really express the way I was feeling. I didn't want to put that out there, so I just bottled everything up. I didn't realize how big of an impact loneliness can have on a person. I fell into a gambling addiction, and that led me into a drug addiction. I did meet this one girl. She was in the kind of the party scene with me, and I ended up getting her pregnant, actually. And it was that moment. It was like a wake-up call for me, in a sense. I kind of realized where my life was and where it was headed, and I knew that if I was going to become a father, that had to change. I gave up the drugs right then and there. I never did them again. I eventually married this woman, and that marriage didn't last long. We divorced a couple of years down the road, and I really got thrown into like a single parent kind of role, and basically the same empty, hurting person I was all along. I managed to get myself into a decent job, and ended up meeting my current wife now, and we got married and we had another child of our own, and being husband and father and stuff, there's this pressure on you to like manage your household and take care of your family, and so I would do that. It took a toll on me, physically, emotionally. I got to a point where I was just desperate. I was ready to give up. Went through depression, was becoming suicidal, and was laying in bed next to my wife, with my back to her, and tears just started pouring down my face, and I started saying a prayer. It was a desperate prayer. I just said, God, please help me. So I went to work that night, and I drove by Hope City. So I started Googling it and seeing what this church was all about. I decided to just show up on Sunday and check it out. Went by myself. Before the service, they played a video, and right there was an Alpha ad. My eyes got this big, and I just knew I had to check it out. It was funny how it played out, because I was just gonna do it by myself, and I wasn't sure yet how my wife would react to my search for anything in the religious world, but she jumped right on it, and she's like, absolutely. Right away I knew something was different. Right from the moment I walked through the doors, the people were different, the environment was different. I felt at ease to kind of just be myself. Everyone was searching just like I was, and it was that moment that I finally realized that, hey, maybe I'm not so weird after all, and that was a really big moment for me. It was probably, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 weeks into Alpha when we went to church the following Sunday, and I just felt Jesus come into my life and take control, and it's been an incredible journey. My wife and I are helping lead at Alpha now. Like, it's like a whole 360, right? Like, just right back where we started, and I'm so passionate about Alpha because of the effect it had on our life, right? Like, God has done some really incredible things to get us here, and Alpha was a big part of that. Just realizing, I guess, that you haven't been alone all this time. I've been lonely, I've felt loneliness, I've struggled my way through life, but when I look back, I think God had his hand on my life long before I even knew it. Just knowing that, like, Jesus lives in you, like, that's powerful, right? Like, you should never have to be lonely.